Hello and welcome back to another video. So I am back home after a few days away with work. So last night I just came down and threw in a bit of silage to them, 2 bales, to keep them going. Hopefully that's my last trip away now for a long time. It was bad timing with the storms, and we got over there the morning of the bad storm and the flight was a bit rough, but it wasn't too bad, and thought, oh, we did well to book this flight because we avoided the worst of it. And then sure, we heard about the other storm coming, but thankfully, I mean, it was still blowing at about 9 o'clock in Manchester, but by the time our flight came around at 11, we were able to get back, thankfully, because we would not have been too happy if we were spending another night away. So yeah, I'm back anyway. The place is a bit of a mess just because I think the direction that the rain has been driving in here, so her pen is all wet. You will see, the camera comes with me. Oh lads, stop fighting. You can see there, it was fine last night and whatever way it was blowing in, so the one up top is strangely not as bad, but I'll clean her out as well. I want to put the lame calf or weanling in the back because she's just not getting anywhere near what she needs to get. Even last night, she was immediately pushed out of the nut. So she's going back there. It's fairly clean, but I'll just do another little bit if I have to. Of scraping, and then we'll see what I do for the rest of the day. But if I can get that done now first, we'll see what we'll tackle next. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. Everybody needs to move around. I know you're the best. Come on. We'll just go around that way. You are the... I will give you both in a while. Come on. Up, up. Up, up. Come on. Up. Good girl, Misty. Come on. Boys, stop. It's dangerous, Sheehan. That's dangerous. Come on. Not when I'm up against the wall. Come on. Come on. Up, up. This is not a game. Okay, come on. If I walk this way. Come on. Now, I did a quick clean out behind of your one. It was a bit slippy, I felt, just from the mist coming in around the top of the shed. So I said it was better off just give it a quick scrape. Now in doing that, I discovered a problem, and that is the tank is done. It's full. So I'll show you there now, but it is pretty much up to the top. It's more full where the cows are. So I'd say I have an inch or so there, and then it's a little bit better as you come up to the top. So, but I mean, you've got a few inches and that's it. So I'm just going to leave it there for now, and we're going to come back on the slurry, because there's no point in you seeing me doing bits and bobs around the place. You've seen that not so long ago. So we'll come back with the slurry. Now I am back down here this morning and ready for the slurry. Well, no, I'm not ready, but I'm going to get ready. First thing I'm going to do is put the yearlings, I'm going to start calling them, out to grass. I'm going to set up a wire and just let them out. It's no harm to be acclimatizing them now. We've been very lucky with the weather. The past 2 days there's been no rain. No rain yet today, but there is a bit forecast later, but nothing heavy. so it's actually ideal weather conditions. And the forecast for the next few days is kind of just showers on and off and a couple of dry days, so ideal really for the slurry. So finally we're getting some bit of a break in the weather. But yeah, so the first job will be to get these guys out onto the grass, and hopefully they'll be happy to be out. I'll leave the other guys another little bit because I'm out very early this morning, and I'm just going to tidy up the yard so that there's enough space for the tanker and everything to get in, and then I'll let the other gang out. But yeah, it is absolutely wild. I don't know, can you hear it? But I'm sure the calves, yearlings, won't mind that. But yeah, we'll get them out there now. I actually thought that was a straight line. I'm terrible at setting up fences. This has to be the wildest place in Ireland. I don't care what anyone says. I don't even know where this wind came from. There wasn't a puff of air the last 2 days. But anyway, might dry the ground a bit. You will quickly learn why I cut out the sound on this and did a voiceover, because these guys ran absolute rings around me when I was trying to bring them out. I naively thought they'd just go straight into the field, but anytime I thought they were going for it, they just turned around and headed back into the shed, which was a nightmare. So I thought I'd take this approach where I'm in front of them and trying to coax them and get them to follow me. Since, you know, Sheehan and Misty and Bert are so good inside in the shed, I thought maybe they'd follow me and, you know, show me a bit of loyalty. But as you can see, it did not work at all, and I did not close the shed door fully. And what did they do? They headed straight for the gap in the shed door. So yeah, you can imagine what I was saying here. So I ran for here. This is kind of cute. Sheehan followed me instead of the rest of them. Could have trampled me also, which wouldn't have been cute, but you know. Got them out of there then, closed that door. Followed them into the main part of the shed, since they were all in there at that point. And then I thought it was best just to hunt them and do quite a bit of shouting and roaring, even though, you know, I tried to take the nice approach at the start. But they were so excited to be out, but it was the change in surface, I think, was throwing them, and they just did not want to go off the passageway. Look at this messer here on her knees. I mean, anyway, got them into the field, and as you can see, they could do with a bit of a wash, I suppose. I was sinking. And that's the slats there now, you can see. So over here, it's not quite as high, but you'll see it's getting higher in certain places, I suppose, where it's more solid or whatever. But yeah, today was definitely the last day we could have left it, because they'd only be uncomfortable otherwise. So happy to be getting it done. And then this is what they've done to the yard. Oh jeez, it's in a state, but I'm not going to do anything because just with the machinery in and out, it'll be wrecked anyway. So I'll that'll be a job for later this evening or the next day I'm off.
it now for the mess.
Definitely a good fresh day for spreading slurry anyway. You don't want too still of a day, but this is wild. This is one of the fields that we're going to spread in. As you can see, not much grass in here, although realistically if we weren't full we would put the weanlings in here. Yearlings? We will put the yearlings in here for a day or two just to feed it down that bit more, but it has to go out, so it's fine. There isn't much here anyway, and it's a little bit less actually in the other field further down, so I'll try and get a bit of footage for you here now again, and then I'll head back down to the shed, to Dad and to the shelter. Now please take no notice of my hair. It is still absolutely wild here, and especially when I was up in the higher fields, but where we were spreading. But my dad decided to just keep going while the lads were here, so we ended up spreading, I think it was 7 loads. So the tank is about half full now. It holds about 14-15 loads, but they have to stop because the ground at the gap is just getting too dug up and the place will be destroyed. So we're in no rush really to get it out. It was just more out of convenience. We keep going while they were there. There is a bit of grass in the field that they haven't spread on, so the yearlings will probably go up there before we end up spreading on that field. And look, it's great to have so much, to have about another 7 loads in it, because that field will probably take, what, 4. So look, we might use the rest out here outside the shed, or even some of the ground down below. We'll see how we're going, but it's good to have it. It's definitely good to have it. But so while they were out, I scraped the slats just to have it cleaned out, just so I wasn't working around them. And look, you'll see, I cleaned out Isabella's pen and she's straight in, lying down. I brought these guys in as well before the last load, just to speed things along. The manhole cover is great, because when I didn't have the manhole cover, of course, I couldn't bring them in because I had to leave the slats off, and you wouldn't be chancing that. So I have them in now. They were great. They just walked straight in. I'd say they weren't overly happy to be out in that passageway for the couple of hours, but no, they were very good. They've their nuts spilt all over the place. But the yearlings are just staying out for probably another half an hour. I'll just have everyone fed and another bale in for the cows before I bring them in. I'm just acclimatizing them, that's all. So we've decided, because the weather is looking so good for the next few days, they'll come in tonight. I'll come down before work tomorrow, put them out, bring them in tomorrow evening, and do it that way for a few days. And we'll see if the weather holds. We can leave them out overnight if it gets a little bit milder. But sure, look, we'll see how we get on anyway. So that is the plan. But look, I'm going to leave it there for now. I have another few bits to do. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did like it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.